Here's a few things to watch on Netflix Instant this week. Horror. The Pact. The Pact is sort of a mystery slash ghost story. Well, ghost story like Poltergeist, where there's a ghost that's living in the house that is actively trying to kill people in the house. It's pretty well done because the mystery never really overshadows the scariness of it. It's uncomfortable and the story is interesting. I really wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. Comedy. Crocodile Dundee. America's obsession with all things Australian kind of started with Crocodile Dundee and then ended a few years later with Yahoo Serious. It's a movie that I wasn't expecting to stand the test of time, but going back and watching it again, it's still funny and it's actually a little more edgy than I remembered it. It's about a reporter from the US that goes to Australia to profile a guy named Crocodile Dundee. And while she's out there, he's showing her around the wilderness of Australia, and then she brings him back to the US and takes him through the wilderness of New York. It is a romantic comedy, but it's not the kind that now falls under the umbrella of rom-com. Sci-fi, Deep Star 6. This came in the late 80s when we were getting all those underwater movies. The Abyss, Endless Descent, Leviathan. Deep Star 6 was directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who directed the original Friday the 13th. So while it is a sci-fi film, it does have horror elements in there. A group of researchers are in a vessel at the bottom of the ocean, and they discover there's a monster down there that wants to kill them. Some really excellent creature effects make this one stand out. Action, XXX. It's the extreme sports of movies. Vin Diesel plays Xander Cage, XXX, the extreme sports athlete who drives cars off bridges and snowboards through avalanches and does all kinds of other dumb things. He gets recruited by the government to go on an undercover mission because extreme sports stars are good at infiltration. They were trying to make sort of a James Bond for the new millennium, and it didn't go over as well as they'd hoped. Drama, Varsity Blues. A small town in Texas is obsessed with high school football. It's done very well because you kind of see how much these parents are pushing their kids to play, and some of them, it's just really driving them to the edge. It's the first movie, I believe, that showcased James Van Der Beek coming out of Dawson's Creek, showing that he could act a little bit more beyond just playing the character of Dawson. I'm not really a sports guy, so I can't really say how accurate the football is in it, but I don't have a problem believing that there are people out there that are so obsessed with football that they're pushing their kids to the point of being depressed and miserable and wanting to kill themselves. So anyway, that's this week. See you next time.